No, Jazzy, are you still at Mavin, or you are the TikTok headquarters? Which one?
I did house, I did my bed, I did sleep.
Jazzy,
How?
I really appreciate it. I've been seeing your comments. The entertainment industry, the music industry cannot be what it is today without you. I'll tell you something, right? Like everybody, I have a story with everybody. Though someone like me, right, I might not be, I'll say I'm not happy when artists and partnerships are broken, but the partnership between yourself and the band, when it like it opened the door for a lot of us, to enter the industry. And your advice every time I've had issues with my label, I go to you, I say, Jazzy, you will tell me this is how I've done it, this is how I've done it, and I really want to appreciate you for always being there. Now, I know you've been on and you've been listening to the conversations that we've been having. This is a very, very important conversation because a lot of people don't have the structure you have to be able to attract investors, right?
Mm.
We've listened to some artists come to speak in their 1288 that shut the internet, and we've listened to the Honorable Dio, we've listened to LD, you've heard from Udwak and Dotun. What's your take on what is going on in the industry? How can we fix our industry to attract a lot of investors, to attract the right people to come into the industry?
Oh, okay. So that's okay. That's the topic. Okay. Okay. In that one,
no, you can touch as many places as possible, please. It's your floor. You can have it.
It's okay. Okay. So I believe first off, I can't talk about any other person's company other than my company. I already
yes, definitely, definitely.
So I can only tell you how I have managed to do my own, and how I think that it can work for other people as well if they try out. Okay, so the truth of the matter is, like everybody has been saying, there's no structure in Nigeria. But then I've been hearing that from Mohit's time. I've been hearing that from years ago. So I said to myself, okay, so there's no structure. What are we going to do now? We have to look for a way to come up with some form of way that we can work in this our own part of the world. Because everything that I read on the internet, it didn't seem like it was viable in our own space. Like this one that I came, is on this live that I am here. So now that it's on this live that I came now that I heard 80-20. I've not heard 80-20 before. Actually, I don't even think I've heard 70-30 before. So. I heard that. So I don't know, because I know that things like that they for Igbo contract, but here it cannot work. Here you're signing contracts with artists and their father and their mother and their uncle and their egbon and the ballet. You're signing. Wait, I'm telling you, you're signing contract with Oba of Lagos. Yeah, I'm telling you, because
Casey mentioned that when he came on the last time. Casey actually mentioned that.
Yeah, it's true. So at the end of the day, you have to look at the way the system or the way everybody, human beings, you have to study human beings and look at how we operate in general. Our culture is different, everything is different, so you have to incorporate that into your business. But then also, there are a few things that I put in my head before, as I'm running my record label, which I think most of us that run record labels don't really put in our head. It is actually a business where the profits that we're supposed to make is not that much. It's not. See, Lucian Grange, which is Ogakonabata for what they call it, Universal. Have you seen his name inside Forbes list before? No, you cannot see. Just go and check Forbes list. You will not see any. Have you seen any record label executive there, other than the record label executives that are on their own artists or producers or and stuff like that? You understand? So looking at that, I was like, okay, fine. That means this business that we're doing so now, the record label is not the record label. You don't make that much money like that now. But on the other hand, I also looked at it and I was like, I am not going to be greedy and lie to myself that I've not been successful while I'm running a record label. For short, I don't think any of you can beat your chest self and say that you have not been successful. Ubi, go back and go and look at your picture from 6 years ago. My brother, you are not the same thing with the way you are now. The music business has paid you one way or the other.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I feel like the music business has paid us one way or the other. I was born in AJII. I used to sell akara before when I was young. So anywhere I am right about now, I feel like I have gotten ahead. I have actually gained from what I am doing in the music business. So I try as much as possible not to be too not to be too I try to understand. I try to work with the artists and understand the artists. Don't try to if you make too much money, if you're making too much money, the artist is not making plenty money. First off, the mother will first call the artist. The mother is the person that is good. The mother is the person that will say, Shebi is you that used to go outside and go and sing. These people that you say that are with you, they are in the house. They are not doing anything, or they're in the studio. They are the one that is supposed to be making all this money and all this thing. So I try my best to just make sure that no matter what you're in, make sure that this artist is just seeing something. If their life has not changed, if they can't beat their chest that they have grown from point A to B, that's where you'll be having all this plenty talk that you part talking so that because the talk is plenty. I haven't had anybody leave my record label while they're under contract, so I can't. In that regards, I don't relate. All my artists have finished their contracts and in short added extra jara self before they go. I don't wait for them to come and tell me. There's nobody that when like Korede for instance, right? When he finished his first 3 years contract, I don't wait for you to tell me that you need to
Renew.
No, not renew, self. You need to upgrade the terms of your contract. I don't wait for you to tell me that you need to upgrade the terms of your contract. I already know that you're a big boy. Don't worry. I will help you upgrade it, self, so that you know that okay, now we're now equal partners. You understand? So that way they don't really feel that need to want to get out and go and venture into this whole record label business, because really if jumping and going to go and start a record label business, most people will realize at some point that it's not bills. So for me, I tried as much as possible to have a very good relationship with my artists. I try to create a scenario where we trust each other. That way we can walk to a point where capturing all these things, all these numbers in the books for years is easy for us to explain to investors that this is what it looks like. And in my own case, I was lucky enough that I didn't go searching for investors. Investors came to look for me. I was not looking for anybody. I was fine. I was good on my own. But the investors came through and did their due diligence, looked at the books, and it looked like good business and right business. So I feel like most people don't put these things in the book. They don't capture in the book. Well, if you're not in good terms with the artist, that's when the artist will go and be collecting shows and not come and tell you that they went to go and do show. You understand? If you're not in good terms with the artist, because last it's them that's going to go and perform in the show. It's not you that's going to go and perform the show. If you're not in good terms with the artist is just going to be cutting corners here and there. The way I am with my people in my company, like myself and the band, money issues don't or didn't occur. Me and the band, we were so in sync to the point that the band can go to Oba of Lagos, and Oba of Lagos will say, "Oh, my son, Omo Dada, give him 10 million naira." He will still come back and we'll share that money. You don't understand? It's not. It doesn't have anything to do with performance. So, you don't understand? It doesn't have anything to do with performance. It's not streaming. It's not this thing. But because of how we were.
So you were saying that because of you and the band were in sync, that he could go somewhere. Yeah.
You people should try as much as possible to bond with your artist more. It's not everything that you're going to be doing. That's why when I keep hearing this structure, it's not everything that contract and things can solve. But it is good to have these contracts so that if by any chance things get out of hand, you can step in and the contract can be what you guys can use to solve your problem. But I try to make sure that it doesn't get you.
Yeah, Jazzy, I want to ask you a question. Having been at the position where you are, I would think that someone like you, if an artist comes to you because of you are Don Jazzy, you are a kingmaker. A lot of artists have passed through you. You give them a shitty contract. You tell them 90-10, and they'll sign it because they believe that you have the assurance that they will blow. So if you don't do it, why do other labels do the same thing? Why? Like, I want to, because I know that if an artist if Don Jazzy picks an artist, it will blow. So if you don't do that 90-30 or 90-10 contract, why do other labels feel like they can do it when they don't even have, some labels don't have a track record?
Ubi, number one, I have shape. Number two, I have fear of God. See, there's no, I don't understand. I don't understand what they do. It's not slavery. I keep telling everybody that. Listen, it's not blood oaths. It's not slavery. It's not slavery. You and an artist, you're going into partnership to make money. You have to understand that, like with someone like me, so now, I understand that in the next 6 months to 1 year, you can be bigger than me. You understand? So I need to understand, as a matter of fact. So I need to try as much as possible to be your best friend. Why you never even blow self? You understand? Look at Rema now. You can imagine. So somebody like Rema now, where Obama they see, you know the kind of people waiting for inside Rema DM. You understand? So you have to try as much as possible to make sure that things is fair enough. I don't know where people were. All those 90 and 20%.
So basically, what we've learned from you today is having a good relationship with your artist, even from the time he signs. So you build that relationship because, for someone like you, you already know that this artist is going to be big, right? And like they always say, if this artist becomes big, he gets access to almost the same kind of people that you have access to.
Sharp, even more, because now